Hola, estudiantes. In today's lesson, you're going to learn to use both the indirect and direct object pronouns in the same sentence. It's what you've been waiting for a long time now. So you're going to have to remember the direct object pronouns. Remember the direct object pronouns receive the action of the verb, and the indirect object pronouns, they tell to whom or for whom the action is done. All right, so you want to remember the direct object pronouns briefly. Well, so go over these. Those are me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, and las. And the indirect object pronouns, remember they're going to have the to or for included in the pronoun. Okay, so me to me or for me, te to you or for you, le to him or to her or to you formal or to an it. Okay, the nos is to or for us, os to or for you all in Spain only, and then les is to or for you all or them. All right, so let's take a sentence first. We'll say it in English. If we say Jorge buys flowers for me, okay, so Jorge the subject, buys is the verb, flowers is the direct object, and for me would be the indirect object. Okay, but you want to use the pronouns. Okay, so let's start first what you did with the direct object pronouns. You replaced the flowers. Okay, so you want to say Jorge buys them for me. So remember, to replace the flowers, those are feminine, plural. So you remember your little list of direct object pronouns. You look for the feminine plural for them, which is las, right? So you said, Jorge las compra para mí, right? So you put the direct object pronoun before the conjugated verb. All right, so Jorge buys them for me. Then if we did just with the indirect object pronoun, you want to say Jorge buys the flowers for me. So Jorge me compra las flores. Okay, Jorge me las, or Jorge me compras las flores. Okay, but now you want to put them all in the same sentence and say Jorge buys them for me. Okay, all together now. So the indirect object pronoun is always going to come before the direct object pronoun. So in this case, you're going to have Jorge, and then for me, remember, is me, and then them, replacing las flores, las, and then the verb compra. So Jorge me las compra. Okay? Or if we had Jorge buys the flowers for you, okay? So the direct object pronoun is still going to be las, replacing las flores, but this time instead of me, it's going to be te, because he's buying them for you. So Jorge te compra las flores. He buys the flowers for you. So again, putting it all in one sentence, Jorge buys them for you. Jorge te las compra. Okay, bien. Or Jorge buys the flowers for us. So for us is nos. So Jorge nos compra las flores. And then putting it all together, Jorge buys them for us. Jorge nos las compra. All right, so you noticed I haven't used the third person singular or plural, right? For the indirect object pronoun, the le or the les, because this is where it's gonna change. You can have a me plus the lo or the la or the los or the las, or a te plus the lo or the la or the los or the las, or the nos plus the lo or the la or the los or the las, or the os plus the lo or the la or the los or the las. You can have those indirect object pronouns with those direct object pronouns, but you cannot have a le and a lo and a la, or a los or a las, or a les or a lo plus a la, or a los or a las. So that le and the les is going to become se. Okay, so let's use that in a sentence. If you want to say Jorge buys the flowers for her. Okay, so you remember we're still using the las as the direct object pronoun, replacing las flores, but the lay, you would usually have the lay for her, right? But it's got to change to a se before the las, okay? So, Jorge se las compra, because you're replacing that lay with se, okay? And if you had it for him, if Jorge buys the flowers for him, again, that would be a lay. So that lay is going to become a se before the las, okay? So you would have, for using the lay or the lace, you would have the se plus the lo or the la, and the se plus the los or the las. Okay, so that's the only change, because it doesn't sound good to say lelo, or lelas, or leslo. It's too much for the mouth to handle. All right, so only in the third person singular and plural, the lay and the lace is going to become se before lo and the la and the los or the las, which are the direct object pronouns. Okay, all right. Well, you need to practice with that, and I'll be back. Hasta la próxima vez. Ciao.